waiting for people to join the stream. I think we're ready to go. I don't want to be too long with this. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to call the Texas Representative Stephanie Klick's office because there's a bill, HB 3326. It's an abolition bill. It ends abortion immediately. And I wanted to call the office because they're not even letting the bill get a hearing. They're not even letting it be debated on the floor. And I thought it was important that we call the office and find out why. I'm hearing rumors that the office is lying about what the bill contains. They're saying that the bill only applies to contraception, not actual abortion, which is not true. I've read the bill, know the guy that wrote it. And so I think they're getting a lot of phone calls right now in opposition to her holding the bill up. Stephanie Klick is holding the bill up. Not even, it's not like a no vote on the bill itself. She's not even letting the bill get a hearing, which I think is obscene. It's obscene. Just let the bill get a hearing. If you want to debate the finer points of the bill, do that. But like I said, at least let it get a hearing. So I'm going to call them right now. I have everything ready to go, and so I thought we would see what we can do. So let's be sure to share this, by the way, because I think if you're watching, hit the share button, because I think the way these representatives lie needs to get exposed, and I think you're gonna hear that. You're gonna hear the sort of disingenuousness of this, and I'm gonna call them out. I'm gonna call them to be brave. I'm gonna say, look, you guys are to punish evil. This is what you should do. So let's go ahead and put this phone call in right now and see what's going down. Hopefully you guys can hear this.
State Representative Stephanie Klick's office.
Hi, I was wondering if I heard about your HB 3326, the abolition bill.
Okay.
And I was wondering, I heard that Representative Stephanie Klick is holding it up and not letting the bill get a hearing, and I was just curious as to why.
Okay, well, I unfortunately don't have an answer for you, but could I get a little information from you real fast, and then
Sure.
I'd be happy to take a message.
Sure.
What was your name?
Marcus Pittman.
Pittman?
Yes. Well,
Right,
because I know, I was just curious because I was hearing that that she wasn't letting it get a hearing, and I think it should be debated on the floor. Is there anything she objects to?
I don't have an answer for you. Could I get your zip code real fast?
Yes, the zip code is 76180.
Okay. And you're wanting to know about 3326.
Well, yeah, I mean,
okay.
What are your thoughts on the bill?
Hold on just a minute. Let me find somebody who can talk to you. Hold
okay,
on.
Thank you. Time to put in on hold music. Jeopardy music.
Thank you for holding. How can I help you?
Hi, my name is Marcus, and I was just calling. I was asking about HB 3326, and I heard that it's being held up and not even going to get a debate on the floor, and I was just curious why Representative Klick was going to do that.
Yeah, because we went with 11 other bills out. We went with House Bill 3760 as the abolition strategy instead of that one.
What's the abolition strategy?
House Bill 3760 by Representative Oliverson. You can, if you'd like, if you go to capitol.texas.gov, you can pull it up and read all through that. It has pretty much most of the other bills inside of it. It's the big omnibus, and then it.
Well, what's the difference between the two?
State.
If they're both abolition bills, what's the difference between the two?
Between 3760 and 3326?
Yeah.
I think generally 3760 stays inside of a legal framework, whereas 3326 says to ignore all federal treaties, mandates. No, I'm sorry. What does they say? Statutes, regulations, treaties, orders, or court decisions.
Right. Yeah, because it would be like. Have you heard of what's the bill? The Fugitive Slave Act. The Fugitive Slave Act in Wisconsin. Wisconsin defied the Supreme Court and said they're not going to return slaves. So they rejected federal law for something better. It's interesting to me that you would allow the federal government to let the children be murdered in Texas and not even let the bill get a hearing. And another thing, too, other states have defied the Supreme Court when it comes to marijuana. The Supreme Court ruled that the federal government does have a right to make marijuana illegal, and other states have defied the federal government and that Supreme Court ruling for the sake of marijuana. So I'm just curious as to like what the exact issue with the bill is besides the legal framework, because we know obviously there's precedent to defy the Supreme Court twice in history at least.
And I can pass those concerns on. Mark, what was your last name?
My last name is Pittman, Pittman.
And then I have your number as 757-745-9494. Is that correct?
Yeah. Yes.
And then can I get your address?
I prefer not to give that at the moment.
Okay.
So I guess like my concern is like that if abortion is Stephanie believes that abortion is murder, right?
I can pass on your concern, sir.
Yeah, I'm just concerned because this is a state representative who is saying that murder is okay, and then you guys renamed a bill abolition that doesn't abolish abortion.
We're not the ones who named it that way. That was the Texas Right to Life is.
Well, yeah, they're political lobbyist con artists, so I'm not really worried about them. But
Texas Right to Life.
Yeah, Texas Right to Life. Yeah. So what I'm worried about is the fact that there is a bill that can actually end abortion, and when someone like Stephanie doesn't even let the bill get a hearing, it makes me believe that she's not really pro-life. But as you said, she passed 11 other pro-life bills, so she's just doing enough to get votes from the pro-life movement and not actually willing to stand up and do what is right and to end it. And like that's really bothersome. And I think Stephanie, is she against the regulation of healthcare, government regulated healthcare, or free healthcare from the government? Is she against that? Would that be a position?
I can pass on your concerns, Mr. Pittman.
Yeah, okay, cool. Because like one of the things that I'm really concerned about with the regulation of the pro-life industry is I'm concerned that it's like the taxi cab industry. You're familiar with the taxi cab industry? It was very heavily regulated. And the result of that regulation was Uber and Lyft. So it wouldn't be right to say that abortions are being reduced in Texas because it's of the regulations. What we're seeing is people are going to contraceptives and they're going to Walmart and get their abortions. So it's a more decentralized way of getting abortions, just like taxi cab industry created a more decentralized way of getting a ride. And so, just basic economics, basic conservatism would tell you that any sort of regulation of an industry creates a decentralized, capitalism finds a way, as they say in Jurassic Park, nature finds a way, right? So that's sort of my concerns. And I've listened to some of your phone calls that have been recorded, sir.
And I'm sure this one is as well.
Oh, there's a lot of people watching right now, actually.
Sure.
We're live.
Well, then I appreciate you calling on your number,
Mm-hmm.
and I hope you have a great day.
Well, okay. Thank you. He didn't like that. Yeah. He didn't like that one, did he? Well, you guys can see the number there. It's 512-463-0599. I would absolutely flood their phone calls right now. Absolutely flood the phone calls. Callie did a video. Callie Cheryl called them too. But anyways, you guys see how these people are. They're not really genuinely concerned what people think. So
what's wrong with you people?
So anyways, it's like like this is kind of my reaction to him right now after he realized that we were live streaming and a lot of people were watching. So I'm telling you, I would go ahead and 512-463-0599. I don't think you should let the phone calls rest today. I don't think you should let that happen. You guys can see as clearly as I can how deceptive they're being. He didn't want to answer any questions. He was answering questions earlier, but now they're just not answering questions. They're just passing the information off. Anyways, again, yeah, David, you're absolutely right. David says apparently the word representative no longer has meaning. I think that is true. These people are, once they're elected, they do not report for the people anymore. These people are tyrants. They do as they want in accordance with the pro-life con artists of the Texas Right to Life. And so, that's what happens, right? You have these lobbyist groups who are hired by the Republican parties to ensure votes. And I can make a whole film on this. Babies are lobbied here. There is so much I uncovered when I was doing Babies Are Still Murdered Here too, that went into the sort of lobby, like how the lobby movement works. But that was like a whole nother film. It was a whole nother movie. I didn't have time to really put it in the movie. I wish I did. But there's this whole weird way in which usually the way a lobbyist works is a lobby says, hey, we want you to vote this way for us in accordance with our agenda. And in exchange for doing that, we'll tell the people that support us to vote for you. That's usually how it works. And usually there's probably money exchanged or some sort of donation to their campaign or whatever. But the pro-life lobbies work differently. They say, the pro-life lobbies say, the Republican Party gives the pro-life lobbies money. And the Republican Party tells the pro-life lobbies, tell your people to vote for this person. And the pro-life lobbies return that information. And so Jim Bopp talks about this. This is, he's the chief legal counsel for Right to Life. I think you can find the videos on YouTube, but he talks about how he's referencing a heartbeat bill. He says, if you have a heartbeat bill and it's too offensive for those on the moderate, the heartbeat bill. If the heartbeat bill is too offensive for those that are moderate, they will vote Democrat. So in order to ensure Republican votes, we have to do bills that aren't edgy enough to lose our moderate base. So again, it's not about ending abortion so much as it is in keeping the Republican base. And that's why they're paid money by the Republicans. So I think we're seeing that with Texas Right to Life. I think there is a concern that Texas Right to Life is really worried about Republican seats as opposed to actually doing the right thing. And I think that that's a concern. So that would be my thoughts on that. So Anyways, I just want to ensure everybody, encourage everybody to call. I know John Speed is working down there in Texas on this, but it's 512-463-0599. You can call them pretty quickly, blow up their phone lines, be nice and respectful. They are servants that we're supposed to be kind and gracious to. You don't want to be too much of you don't want to be a jerk. Don't be a jerk. But yeah. So that was interesting. My goal there, I knew he wasn't going to answer any questions. It was very clear within the first few minutes of him getting on the phone that he wasn't going to answer any questions. But my goal was just to have him speak as much as possible. And the reason for that is I think you have to get it to a point to where it's easier for them just to let the bill be heard than it is to have to respond to the mob. So when next time a bill comes up, they're going to go, oh man, we better just let this one go through, because if we don't let this one go through, we're going to have to deal for hours and hours and days of just phone calls from our angry constituents, and they're not going to forget. So I think that's is make it harder for them to refuse the bill than it is to just let it go through to committee, go out of committee. And it's so stupid, this whole committee stuff. But again, as you heard, I think there's something important to present there. It's you know what? Actually, what if we called Texas Right to Life? Because I think they mentioned that they're working with Texas Right to Life in there. See if I can get a phone number real quick. Hold on one second, because this could be. Oh, there it is. Let's do this. Let's call Texas Right to Life and ask Texas Right to Life why they are not supporting the bill. Yeah, let's do this. Let's see how this goes. Completely off the cuff, by the way. I didn't plan that. Here we go.
Thank you for calling Texas Right to Life. This is Monica. How may I help you?
Hi. I was wondering if I could speak to somebody about HB336, the abolition bill that's up. I just got off
the person who... I can see if someone is here, but they might all be in Austin right now.
Okay, well, I just got off the phone with Stephanie Klick's office, and they said that you guys do not support the bill, and I was just curious why.
So let me see if I can't get you. Can you tell me what the bill is called again, so I can write it down, and then I can see if someone's here?
3326. It's an abolition bill. It ends abortion.
Yeah. Give me 1 minute, please.
Okay. See, they actually have on hold music. Worse. Sounds like the end of a medicine commercial, like a pharmacy commercial, where it's like they just crank up the music so you don't hear about the bad side effects. Here we go. Oh, this track somber. Have you guys ever wondered why you can listen to music on Spotify at like super high raw quality, but we haven't figured out how on-hold music can be maybe not an AM radio? Somebody said this is COVID-19 vaccine commercial music. By the way, I know the music might not be loud for you, but it's really loud in my headphones right now. It is really loud.
Sir?
Yes.
So, I am messaging the gentleman who I want to send you to, and he says from asking what phone number can he call you from because he's not in the office. What is the phone number I can give him?
Yeah, I will get. Hold on one second. It is 757-745 9494.
Uh-huh. And then I was actually just asked to also get an email address for you, just in case.
I'm actually live on the air right now, so there's a lot of people watching. We were just kind of curious about what y'all's response to that bill is, the abolition bill, and so I don't want to give away too much of my personal information.
Yeah, no, it's all good. Give me one moment. I saw someone walk by that might be able to talk to you. I'm not 100% though.
Anybody, that's fine. Thank you. Private industries work different than tyrants. Private industries do have people to be accountable to. Tyrants don't. So it's like, well, you know what? There is somebody. You're live on the air? Okay. Well, there just so happens they're not in Austin. That's always the response, right? They're working at their lobby. They're in Austin right now. Oh yeah, so it just automatically starts first track. This is a fascinating discovery into a pro-life phone system we're getting here. At the very least, right? We know they're spending their money on phone systems. Texas Right to Live. Nobody's going. No, if you say we're on the phone now, nobody is going to take this call. I can't imagine. By the way, the number to Texas Right to Life. So you guys can call them, because I think it's important to let them know we want the bill. It's 713-782-5433. 713-782-5433. Let's see if I can put that in the chat. Facebook. There we go. I haven't used the multi-chat feature yet. That's the first time. Hello.
Hi. So, I just spoke with the lady, and actually, she was walking into a meeting, but she asked me to please give you our general email for you to contact us because we would love to have an interview with you, but we need a 24-hour notice.
Oh, I don't want to
So is
interview.
there?
I just want to answer to a question.
Okay. I'm
Yeah, I mean,
sorry.
if it takes
I
24 hours to get an answer to a question, I mean, that's confusing. But the people are watching. So what is the email? I'll have everybody email you guys, and you guys can put out an answer in 24
okay.
hours. What's the
It's a pro-life at texasrighttolife.com. All spelled
pro
out, no
life
abbreviations.
at Texas Right to Life? What's your name?
Monica.
Monica? Okay. Well, everybody, thank you very much, Monica. It's
Yeah.
disappointing that you guys can't give an answer immediately.
Well, I was okay. I'm sorry. I was trying to forward you along, but that's why they wanted your
Well,
email
yeah,
so they could
that's
contact you
probably not
sooner.
your fault.
Yes,
I,
sir.
but thank you so much. We will have people contact you.
Awesome.
They're jumping at the bit.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. That's pro life at Texas Right to Life. What is it? Pro life at TexasRightToLife.com is what they said. So yeah, thanks, Jacob. Prolife at TexasRightToLife.com. That's the email. You guys can send that email to them. I'm sure they would love to hear from you. These are really the people that are pulling the strings of the politicians, by the way. So it's one thing to say, why isn't the state representative doing this? Well, it's because these pro-life lobbies have interests in making sure that it's their bill that's passed. That's why I don't know if you guys know this. This is how sinister this stuff is. They and because I think they did this in Idaho too. I think it might have been done in Idaho, but in Texas, you notice that when we called the representative, the guy said, well, that's because we're supporting this other abolition bill. But they just retitle it abolition because so many people want them to vote for abolition, but they won't do it. So they just retitle the bill abolition, and it's just a useless bill. But that way they can say, oh, no, we support abolition. No, you don't. No. It's just all this weird politics stuff. That has no. There's no. It's not about strategy. It's not about any of that. It's just about constituency and showing saving face to the constituents. It's such a corrupt system. The bill is HB336, I believe. I believe that, yeah, HB3326 is the bill. I don't know what bill they're talking about. I'm not sure, but anyways, I think that was good. That was good. We got some information. We know who's behind everything and pulling the strings. It was fun. And I think that went really well, guys. I think it just shows that it would just give an answer. Say, look, here's why we don't like this bill. Like it's just this whole sort of cowardice sort of thing that really bugs me, and just the whole politics of it. Well, babies are dying. It's like, guys, just give straight answers. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. And obviously, that's asking a lot for a politician. But then again, that's why people like Trump. So it's called the Texas Abolition Strategy is the name of the bill. Texas Abolition Strategy. Texas Abolition Strategy. Texas Senate passes a Texas Abolition Strategy. I like it. You see how they put the strategy bill in there? They want to give you the appearance that they're being strategic in how they end abortion, but it's really not. It's not strategy at all. Let's see. Taking unprecedented steps. I should share this, shouldn't I? Yes, I will share this. We'll read this together. Where is the... Here it is. Here we go. Taking unprecedented steps. Hold on one second. Yeah, okay. Taking unprecedented steps to defend life, the Texas Senate passed the Texas Abolition Strategy, SB 1647. Charles Perry and Senate Bill 6047 is the boldest pro-life measure ever passed. But the Texas Abolition Strategy is an omnibus pro-life priority bill which combines 3 pro-life measures into one comprehensive bill. If enacted into law, the state of Texas, the state will immediately ban all abortions committed for discriminatory reasons, such as race, gender, or disability. Within 2 years, ban abortion after the child's heartbeat is detectable. And 3, within 4 years, abolish all elective abortions in Texas. So there is a plan eventually to abolish all within 4 years. Yeah, I don't know if I believe. If they can do it within 4, why not just do it right now? Like what is the turning point of 4 years going to be? That'd be a good question for someone to call, record your phone call with them and say. I was just curious because in the Texas Abolition Bill it says within 4 years. Why would you wait 4 years when you can do it right immediately? I question that they will abolish all elective abortions in Texas. By passing the Texas Abolition Strategy Act, Texas has taken unmatched historic action to defend human life. Today is a proud day in the history of our great state. Texans should take immense pride in being the first state to take such bold legislative action to protect preborn children and abolish abortion. This is not language that I just got to point out. This is not language that they used a while back ago. This is not what the language that they use. They didn't use the word abolish abortion. Just call the rep that wrote it. Who's the rep that wrote it? Oh, well, obviously. Grant, can you get their number? Who is the one that wrote it? The Texas. Charles Perry, Senator Charles Perry. Let me see if I can find Charles Perry's contact info. I was gonna make this a quick call, quick stream, but let's see. Let's have some fun. This is like a different kind of like video game stream, right? Like this is what we need. Like this is like I'm coining the term. This is called I don't want to say live lobbying. Is that good? Well, I mean, in a way, we are lobbying. It's just not the corrupt version. Lobby live. Let's see. All right, I'm getting there. I'm pulling up their phone number. I'm trying to pull up their phone number right now. Do. All right. I have that song in my head. Isn't that awful? Do. That's so bad. That is so bad. Do. Okay. All right, I got the number. I believe this is it. Just to make sure this is Charles Perry. All right.
Senator Perry's office. This is Jillian. How can I help you?
Hi, I was curious if there was someone I could speak to about the abolition bill that is before the House, or it's in committee, I think. And then I was kind of curious as to what the difference is between this bill and the bill that Perry put up with Texas Right to Life, because they both say they abolish abortion. I was just curious what the differences were. Somebody could help me out with that?
Yeah. What, do you have bill numbers by any chance?
Yeah, the bill is 1647 is the one that Perry put forth. SB 1647. And then the other one is 3326. That's the one. Yeah, the House 3326.
Okay. Okay. Let me see if our policy person is available for that. Hold on just a second.
Okay.
Or what's your name?
My name is Marcus.
All right. Hold on just a second.
Mm-hmm. No on hold music.
This is Robert.
Hey, Robert. My name is Marcus. I was just curious, because I got off the phone with Stephanie Klick's office, and they told me that they're not putting the Bill 3326 into committee. They're not putting it out of committee because they support your bill, which is 1647, and I was just curious what the difference between the two bills are.
I'm not too sure what 3326 does. We haven't heard that in the Senate at all, but I can walk through 1647 if you'd like.
Oh, okay. Okay. You're a senator. Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, sure. What is tell me about that one.
So 1647 is one of the omnibus bills this session regarding abortion. It has the Prenatal Non-Discrimination Act in it, where you cannot abort based on the race, sex, or disability of the unborn child.
Mm-hmm.
That would take effect September of this year if that bill were to pass. And then the next provision deals with the heartbeat ban. So once there's a detectable heartbeat, the abortion would not be able to go forward. That would take effect in 2023, unless if the courts prohibit that from taking effect. And then the final provision is an abolition, which would just ban all non-medically necessary abortions, and that would take effect in September of 2025.
Well, I'm curious why we have to wait till 2025 to ban abortion if there's a bill right now that could do it immediately. Like, why wait 3 years?
Right. So the plan is to stair-step these provisions through the courts, because if the bill all took effect at once, a court could strike down the entirety of the bill instead of doing a stair-step approach.
Well, you guys can ignore the courts. That's been done at least 2 times in history, where a state like the Fugitive Slave Act, the court was Wisconsin refused to return slaves back. They defied the Supreme Court there, and then also the Supreme Court ruled that the federal government could enforce marijuana laws, and the states ignored that Supreme Court ruling. So I don't know why you guys are. I mean, if children are literally being murdered, who cares what the courts say, right?
No, I understand, and the way that we had to pass these bills were to keep them constitutional. We could obviously ignore the courts, but
I mean,
the
the
bills
Constitution
would not.
supported slavery at one point, right? So obviously the
No,
Constitution.
I understand that, but if there's an unconstitutional bill coming up, the Democrats could call a point of order on that bill, and it could be struck down. So we had to have some.
I mean,
then it wouldn't become law if a Democrat was able to kill the bill. A bill has to become law to become effective, and if a Democrat can kill it in the process of becoming a law, it would never become the law.
well, they're gonna kill your bills anyway. I mean, murder is unconstitutional, right? So I mean, you could call a point of order on that. I mean, I think there's ways. I think you guys get into the weeds on this legal stuff. Whereas, like, for example, if I had a bill that said I'm going to ban slavery for only certain skin tones on the chart, like, so you have the dark skin to light skin, I'm going to ban slavery only the upper dark, the lower end of the spectrum in terms of the lightness of the skin, you'd go, that's crazy and insane. And so when you say, well, I'm only going to ban abortions from a certain age to where you hear a heartbeat, like, that's the same thing. It's wicked.
Okay. Well, we had to do what we had to do to get the bill passed out of the Senate. If we were to have currently unconstitutional provisions in the bill,
so
it would not have made
essentially, essentially, your bill is useless if there's any sort of unconstitutional objection, because you don't want to have the backbone to really just fight for what's right, despite the Constitution. That's concerning
okay. Well,
to me.
I'm not going to argue.
Well, there's a lot of people
you're
listening to. I just want to say that
we're obviously pro-life.
There's a lot of people listening to this live stream right now.
Satisfy you.
Yeah, I know, but there's a lot of people listening right now, and they have a lot of questions for you, and they I just want to send their support that we want a bill that actually ends it immediately, because children are dying every single day.
Well, if we could get that passed, we would have passed that bill had we had the ability to get that done.
Well, you had a bill. There was a bill last week, last year, that Texas Leach was rejected, right? Sorry, Senator Leach.
Well, that bill didn't pass, did it?
I don't think you guys ever got it out of
majority.
Right.
Well, we have a pro-life majority, so there's got to be a reason why that bill did not pass.
I think it could be Texas lobbyist groups, pro-life lobbyist groups are making your decisions as opposed to the constituency.
I would disagree
if you have
with
that.
If
you have a pro-life lobby, if you have a pro-life majority, that means a lot of people want it ended immediately.
Right, but when there's procedures in place that would prohibit a bill from passing because of unconstitutional provisions, that's a hurdle that we are unable to overcome.
I mean, I just think it takes bravery, and.
Okay, well, someone filed a bill to prohibit it, and that was pretty brave, and the bill didn't get anywhere, so we had to do a bill that could get somewhere, and this bill, which does prohibit it, is passing.
It prohibits which is a kind of a useless argument, because you're already telling me that there's going to be court hurdles. So the bill only passes it if there's no court hurdle. So that's pretty miraculous, and it's not unconstitutional. Okay. So anyway, wow, I just got hung up. So yeah. Anyways, I don't know enough about the details of whether he's saying is true or not, so I just have to argue based on what they tell me, and I try to assume it's true. I don't know if there's a prohibition that one Democrat can just say a bill's unconstitutional and just kill it. I highly doubt that. But anyway, I wanted to be short. I'm trying to be respectful but firm. I think you do need to call them out and say, if you have a pro-life majority, then you have a constituency that wants it ended immediately. And so what's happening here is they're reporting to the Texas Right to Life and stuff like that. Anyway, yeah, so I just thought I would share that. That number to his office, I'll get the number to his office because I think that needs to be said. That is 512-463-0128. 512-463-0128 is the number. So anyways, I don't know if that was the actual Senator Perry though. Somebody says the senator hung up on me. I think that might have been the policy guy, right? That's what they call him, the policy guy. So, anyways, that's be sure to call that guy. Like, make sure that guy's phone lines are busy. 512-463-0128. You can tell him I sent you. His email too. I don't see an email on the website, unfortunately. I don't see the email. It says you can sign up for his newsletter, but there's no actual email that I see. Oh, here we go. Senator Perry email. Oh, no. It just says form. Nope, I don't know it. Anyways, okay. I think I'm just gonna end it there. I think that was fun. I think we this is what the thing is like. Let's do this live investigative stuff. It's like I want to be the Kit Boga of political lobbying. I need to get the voice changer. That's what I gotta get. I gotta get a voice changer, and then I can be like, "Ah, yes, I was just wondering." I just the Kit Boga. So Kit Boga of political lobbying. Like, just this is fun. I think we did it last week with the I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago with the Canadian service that we did that live. I really like this live stuff, so I should get one of those voice changers. Maybe I should like just put it on my Amazon wish list, and then I can do the voice changers for all the call politicians with voice changers. I have to figure out how to change my number every time too, because they track that. But that'd be fun. That would be fun. Anyways. Anyways, guys, if you do like this and you want to see more content like this, please share this video. Please spread the word. It's on YouTube too. YouTube doesn't get a lot of traction, but that would be a good place to share it. But anyway, lots of fun. Be sure also go to loor.tv, LOOR.tv. Put your email in there if you want to get updates on the website I'm building. Slow and steady wins the race. We're building something really. The website looks beautiful. It's amazing. You guys are gonna love it. I'm excited. And the content we're gonna have is awesome. I'm excited about that too. It's coming along. But yeah. So anyway, thanks everybody for being a part of the stream. I hope you guys like this sort of content. The Kit Boga of political lobbying. That's hilarious. But anyways, thanks so much for doing this. Please share. Please spread the word. And we'll talk to you guys later.